What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, very excited to bring you some absolutely thick news. We have got the new batch of units coming along with the film GOLD sugo-fest with GILD TESORO, and none other than Big Mom, who is a free-to-play unit, a free-to-play Yonko unit coming up on the next treasure map. Now, she is pretty damn strong. Her captain ability is if your team has every single color in it, just like Legend Magellan, boost attack by 2 times, increase the damage dealt by type specials by 3 times, which is crazy, cut enemy HP by 10%, and heal 2 times recovery at the end of each turn. So she's somewhat similar to Magellan, but also very, very different. By increasing the damage dealt by type specials, this does not include typeless damage specials, so there's a lot of typeless damage ones out there, but for example, the new Psy-Law 6+, the new Colosseum Kid, if I'm not mistaken, does something like 650k damage at the end of at the end of 2 turns if your captain is a striker or shooter. Now, we don't know what type Big Mom is other than Powerhouse. If she is a striker and shooter, I really doubt it. Then you would have been able to have 9 times damage boost, 5.4 million damage or something crazy like that at the end of every single turn with Kid. But this could be a new kind of thing we're looking into. Before, we have had captains that boost how much special damages do. For example, Rare Recruit Fossa doubles the damage strength specials do. So I'm very excited to see what this Big Mom actually does and what kind of subs we'll be getting, what kind of free-to-play units we'll be getting that have typed damage instead of typeless. Her special is, oh dear Jesus, the power creep it's literally skipped a ton of digits here. Clear all buffs on your crew, okay, not a big deal, just use this special first. Change all orbs, including block orbs, into G orbs, and then boost orbs by 3 times and color affinity by 1.25 times. And this is a rainbow orb boost of 3 times! 3 times boost. Now, you may be thinking, but you are stuck with G orbs. Even if you choose to stay with those G orbs, that in total is a 2.25 times orb boost and 1.25 times affinity. But there is a free-to-play unit that surprisingly goes perfectly well with this Big Mom, and it is Pudding. The Pudding will change G-Orbs into matching orbs and will also lock chain to 2.5 times, and she has an insane amount of utility for a free-to-play unit. She's a busted free-to-play unit, and the combination, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. 3 times orb boost. Well, yikes is all I can really say. I'm very much looking forward to what her secondary class is. I'm really not sure what it's going to be. But Powerhouse, this is a pretty damn big buff to Powerhouse units. If I'm not mistaken, Arouge is also a Powerhouse strike unit. The Anniversary Arouge, or the Christmas Arouge, was it? That changes G-Orbs and has a crap ton of utility as well in there as well. So very excited for this Big Mom. Gonna go absolutely going into town on her treasure map mode. Not on her necessarily, but on her treasure map. Alright, boys and girls, we have been debated a little bit. There was a mistranslation, and the actual ability is additionally will boost attack by 1.25 times, which means you can't have an additional attack boost because she'll either clear it or you'll apply the 1.25 times. What I will say though is this is more than enough to kill any mini boss you want. It's in total a 4.6875 times boost if you're attacking with color affinity bonus, which is freaking awesome. 3 times orb boost on its own, I'm sure everybody already knows, is really powerful. More than enough to kill any mini boss. If it's enough to kill any boss, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll just have to wait and see. Sorry about that, just wanted to leave that in because I think that is quite a big detail. Thank you for watching. Let's carry on. Let's move aside before I keep blabbering on. Legend Tesoro, we've already covered what he does, but I just had to show you this 6-star artwork. It's gorgeous. It's actually freaking, this entire batch, the artwork is so good, the person deserves a raise. Literally so good. His captain, if you didn't know, if you have every single class in your crew, some people don't like that. I personally think it's okay. Boost attack by 3.75 times and HP by 1.35 times. So as a flat captain ability, that's actually probably the best numbers that you can get right now. After hitting 4 greats, boost attack by 4.5 times. Hitting perfects will reduce this multiplier, increase rate of matching orbs slightly. And what I mean by those are the best numbers is that it's not conditional other than once you've fulfilled your team. Like if you're running the team anyway, you're going to have that boost. So that is basically a flat 3.75 times, which increases on a conditional basis to 4.5 times. Whereas G4 is 3 times and then into 4 times. But let's put that to the side. His special is also very good. Deal 200,000 fixed damage to all enemies. Locks chain multiplied to 3.25 times, which is the new highest chain lock. And change top and bottom row orbs into matching. Now, I asked you guys before, what did you think of this GILD Tesoro? It was a mixed response. Loads of people were like me saying, wait for the batch. Let's see how good the batch synergizes with him. Other people were like, no, he's just rubbish. He's too restrictive. Well, his batch is freaking insane. His batch synergizes so much better than the Judge batch. And here we go. Let's begin with Baccarat with one of the best artworks in the game. I'm not the type of guy who typically appreciates this kind of fan servicey artwork, but absolute thickness. So Baccarat, she's an int, cerebral, and striker. If cerebral weren't strong enough, they're getting even stronger. They're freaking so busted, the cerebral class. She will boost all units attack by 1.5 times, nothing too special. At the end of the quest, have a chance at duplicating random drop. Now, I'm going to say this is probably higher than the Fortnite Baccarat unit. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be higher. Otherwise, it's kind of redundant, that captain ability. It's only a little bit better and a lot worse than Buggy. So a lot worse than Buggy's and a little bit better than the Fortnite Baccarat. Her special, though, yikes. This is why I'm saying it's so good for cerebrals. And also, I should mention, this entire batch, because Tesoro is quick, they all have this condition where the second half of their ability activates if your captain is quick, all perfectly synergized with quick gear for Luffy, the newest addition, the version 4 Luffy that just came out on anniversary, which is a big yikes again. She will deal 77 times attacking typeless damage to all enemies, which is very, very nice. Reduce attack down, chain lock debuff, and paralysis by 3 turns. These 3 debuffs are so common right now. It's literally, it's almost, not literally, it's almost combining the Dex Shirahoshi along with the Strength Rare Recruit Marco without having annoying conditions to fulfill. And because she's Cerebral and Striker, 2 of the strongest classes with this batch, Striker has climbed back a little bit now, but boy, she is a superb utility unit. Those 3 debuffs together, packed into one, makes her one of the best Rare Recruit subs in the game, along with that Wave Clear special. But it doesn't finish there. If your captain is a quick or an int type, change own slot into int, and for 1 turn, boost all orbs by 1.75 times. This special is literally legend tier. I've said literally so many times this video, I apologize, but I'm so excited at how good these Rare Recruits are. For once, the Rare Recruits are not that lacking. It's not like you look at them and you're like, they're alright. She's amazing. She's actually amazing. The artwork is freaking amazing. And I can't wait to show you guys Karina, who is also a Cerebral unit. Cerebral being super busted right now. Captain ability will reduce cooldowns by 1 at the start of the adventure, 2.5 times attack, and 1.2 times recovery to Psy units. Not a bad captain ability, but not that great. Although you may use her in treasure map mode, all of these units will be boosted on Big Mom treasure map by 1.35 times points, which is very nice. GILD Tesoro, I believe, is a 1.75 times booster for points, and his stats will be boosted by like 2.5 times, which is pretty damn insane. Her artwork is also very, very fan servicey. I can appreciate this one as well. Her special will remove damage threshold, damage reduction, end of turn damage, and resilience by 4 turns, which are also becoming increasingly more common on the Japan server. So this also makes her pretty damn insane. Change adjacent slots and all block orbs into matching orbs. So she will guarantee you at least 3 matching orbs, which is pretty damn good. And then shuffle all non-matching orbs, which is also very nice. And for 2 turns, reduce damage taken by 70% with no conditions on that. That is a full-on rainbow special. It's an incredibly good utility unit. And Cerebral literally have everything now. I cannot bum Cerebral enough. If you had any doubts that Cerebral was the best class now, you got to throw them away, because they are by head and shoulders above everyone else, the best class in the game. Now, they have the best utility, well, not the best chain lock anymore, they did, but before that they had the second best chain lock, they had the best chain boost, they have the best attack boost, they have the best orb boost. Actually, Big Mom is now the best orb boost, so I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Karina aside, let's move on to Dice. Now we got a tiny bit downhill with these units, but they are still very, very good. He is a fighter and powerhouse unit. His captain ability will boost strength units attack by 1.2 times and powerhouse units attack by 2.25 times. So if you have a strength and a powerhouse unit and you basically have that only on your team, you get a 2.7 times boost. Not a big deal, to be honest. His special ability will cut one enemy's HP by 15% and remove 1 turn of any barrier from all enemies. So pretty much like Senor Pink, the quick rare recruit version. I think Dex Akainu, is he Dex? No, Strength Treasure Map Akainu does that as well. It doesn't have too many uses right now, but I'm sure the content will be designed where he's pretty much necessary so that the GILD TESORO hitting greats will not be too much of a problem. If your captain is Strength or Quick type, GILD TESORO or the new gear for Luffy, change own slot into Strength and for 1 turn boost the attack of all units by 1.75 times. That's a rainbow booster, and however it is depending on your captain being a Strength or Quick type. And just like Niji also requires a Quick type and Psy type. So that's pretty interesting. It's a decent special. I mean, this unit is looking pretty damn strong right now. And last but not least, although I do not like this character at all, I really dislike him, Tanaka-san. He is a Dex, Shooter, and Free Spirit type. His captain ability will boost attack of shooters and free spirits by 2.25 times and boost HP of Dex units by 1.2 times. Nothing too special there. His special is likewise to the other Dex German unit, Yonji. Deal 40 times attack and typeless damage that bypasses all defenses to one enemy. That's a bit different. That's not too great of a special. Not that much damage in there. Reduce attack up in range and defense up by 3 turns, which is very good. Defense up becoming again also more prevalent. Attack up and rage personally for me is not that big of a deal, not a big problem at all. You just kill them before they slap you, to Kingdom Come. If your captain is a Dex or a Quick unit, change own slot to Dex and for 1 turn add 40 times attack in extra tap timing damage, just like Yonji. Now, I can imagine myself pulling this one the most, and I'm not going to be too happy about it. I would say he's the worst of the batch. He has the least usability. Defense up is great, but there are plenty of other units that reduce defense up. 40 times attacking, typeless damage is really not that much, and that extra tap timing damage again is nothing too special. But Dice, I would say, is a solid rare recruit. Karina, one of the best rare recruits in the game now, easily one of the best rare recruits in the game with an insane amount of utility, damage reduction, and orb manipulation. She's so good, and she's a Psy type. They've given the 2 best rare recruits here, Psy and Int, so you can't whack them on a Lucy team unless you want to lose your 3.7 times attack and go down to a 2.75 times, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm using Lucy a lot less now, and I know it's going to hurt a lot of people when I say this, but I don't think Lucy is anymore can be considered the best legend in the game. I think there are just too many other units now, or too many other legends who have power crept in, not a significant amount. I would still say he's like a top 5, maybe a top 6, 7, 8 captain. But all these new units coming out now, it's looking like the rainbow meta and the color meta is really happening right now. We have Baccarat as well. I cannot stress how good her artwork is and how good of a unit she is. The wave clear is actually a significant amount, unlike 40 times attack, unless her attack stat freaking sucks. I can imagine it being 1777 limit broken or just 777, because that's the lucky slot numbers. And just, I can't believe they actually finally released a unit that has all 3 of these really annoying debuffs all in one. Attack down, chain lock debuff, and paralysis. Normally it's attack down and paralysis that we keep getting, and something else on top, and which is normally the chain lock as well. So freaking awesome. If you have a gear for Luffy, this batch is freaking insane for you. It's so good. And obviously if you pull the GILD TESORO, you're going to be having happy days. And good luck to everyone on Big Mom Treasure Map mode, because she is a really good captain. She's not tanky, she is actually quite squishy, but the enemy HP cut every end of turn is pretty decent. I would definitely keep an unevolved version for this. Her unevolved version doesn't boost as much. It's only a 1.5 times attack boost. I believe a 5% cut at the end of the turn, but the damage dealt by type specials I think is going to be quite useful in 0 staminas and these Kai Colosseums and all these annoying little challenges where you can't use units over 50 cost. But let me know what you think of the new units. I am so excited for the Big Mom Treasure Map mode. I will be putting on the new sugo-fest. Before I forget, the new sugo-fest has a lot of gimmicks. I think it goes up to 15 multis this time, the perks. The first multi is going to be 30 gems. The second multi, final poster, will guarantee a max skill, max socket, banner unit. The third multi is a legend. The fourth, I don't think there's anything on the fourth. I think on the fifth is another 30 gem. Either the fourth or the fifth is a 30 gem, and then the one after that will be another banner unit, max special, max skill, and it keeps going on like that in that pattern. I think from the 9th multi, the 12th multi, and the 15th, you'll be guaranteed a legend or a guaranteed rated up legend with max skills. So something like that. I will cover it in another video if it is something, if the sugo-fest is really good. But for the time being, there are silvers on this sugo-fest. Every +1 poster will be 4-star and above, so you can get reds on that, but it's not necessarily guaranteed red. But the multis themselves are not all gold. So remember guys, typically when that happens, we have a 40% silver rate. So do expect a lot of silvers if you are going to be pulling on this banner. What I will say though is 30 gem multis have come back, and they've not just made it the first multi, they've made it several different multi-pulls during the sugo-fest as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the units. I am a massive Baccarat and Karina fan from this batch, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Love you all, and bye-bye.